Okay, so I'm talking
to me,
Cassie.
and then
Right, okay.
so I'm just starting the year.
Well, 2016 marked our first anniversary of One Manchester, and I think it proved to be an eventful year in lots of ways. First couple of items really were about growth and reform in Greater Manchester, and we were successful in two projects really. One was around providing much needed help for employment opportunities, and we led a coalition of 13 associations across Greater Manchester. Won a contract from the European Social Fund to provide £353,000 of support to associations to enable them to provide accredited placements, training opportunities and work opportunities for Manchester's residents across Greater Manchester, which was great news for us and particularly great for working together with our colleagues. Second thing is, in terms of growth, we've started on Royce Road and Leaf Street, 100 odd new apartments, much needed boost for housing in Manchester and particularly in Hume, and I'm really proud of the quality and design and the input that will have provided much needed apprenticeships, really energy efficient, lots of support for community projects in the area through that investment.
Brilliant. And then we're going to move to Plates at Platt Lane, so just a quick reference to handing it over to community ownership.
In April we celebrated the place being handed over. We continued to engage in work through the community soups in August.
Do you want to just do the place one and then do the community soup and Sunday assembly one together?
In April, we finally celebrated the lease of signing over the place at Platt Lane in our hands together with our partners in the community, which was great news for us. We worked on that project for the last 3 years. It's been a fantastic success, and it was great to have the opening day and to celebrate the fact it's now in community ownership.
Brilliant. And then it's that kind of engaging, finding new ways of engaging with customers stuff, isn't it, around the soups, giving local people the power, and then the Sunday assemblies. Right. Maybe you want to make reference to Sunday Assembly last year or anything, and we had it in our conference. Oh, you've seen some of the pictures, haven't you? The sing-along.
Yeah. Okay. We continued, obviously, to find new and different and innovative ways of engaging with our customers. And there's a couple of really great things this year. You remember the conference last year where we had Sanderson from the Sunday Assemblies coming to talk about how the Sunday Assembly is a new way of engaging people within a different way of coming together on a Sunday, but coming together to celebrate, not religion, but being together. The first one we launched this year, Manchester Sunday Assembly, which I'm proud to say that we led with Sanderson, and it's been really successful. We started with the community soups, based in Rushones, but new ways of residents engaging with us and deciding for themselves which funds, which projects they should support with help from our community fund, and that's provided us with not only new ways of engagement, but people actually owning the process themselves and providing some really great choices and projects for people who are working really hard to do something different in their communities.
Fab, that's brilliant. Then it was the Mind Your Money, the conference, the Financial Inclusion Conference.
Okay.
And I thought that could kind of lead us on to these Manchester Business Network. We obviously had Martin Lewis doing his little
the money.
So we'll kind of overlay all these images and footage from the conference and stuff as you're talking about all these things. The royal way, as if I'm going to have the technical skills to be able to do that. You're going to teach me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
In September, the Mind Your Money team brought together partners from across the city to bring together them to host our 4th annual Financial Inclusion Conference, which I was really happy to chair. Great range of speakers, great range of participants, showed the difference of our thinking around making financial resilience for our communities and for all our tenants and for our partners really work together, and I think the Mind Your Money team did a great job in putting that together. The Social Value team have also made a lot of progress this year. We've had a new team there, and one of the first things they've done is set up a new enterprise network in East Manchester. Be different from the South Manchester one, but it's much needed support for economic growth and support for business in East Manchester.
Fantastic. And then I just thought in terms of the new teams, we should make reference to, because some of the people that kind of have made an impact, we've got Calvin talking about the youth intervention team, and then the support and wellbeing team. I mean, you could just link them together and just talk about some of those vulnerable customers or whatever who need a bit of extra support.
Yeah. Okay. One of the things that we wanted to do when we merged was provide support and help to and more resources to our vulnerable customers, those that were left behind, those a bit isolated, those that have fallen away from society and a bit isolated. And I think a couple of things that have happened this year which I'm really proud of. Firstly, we established a new youth intervention team that's doing work on the streets with kids who are a bit isolated, detached from normal school and everything else, and it's provided much needed help to prevent antisocial behaviour, but also to bring kids back into the fold, and I think that's a really good bit of work. A health and wellbeing team continue to provide support for vulnerable people, those suffering from mental health issues, those who have experienced homelessness. They provide a valuable service to make our homes not only great and safe places to live, but inclusive ones which give real support, and I'm really grateful for those two teams on this new bit of work.
Just then, did you say health and wellbeing team or support and wellbeing team?
I said health and wellbeing, so I better
so
do that again.
So we just need to redo that second bit off, so the youth intervention bit's fine.
Yeah, health and wellbeing goes better together.
Yeah, I know.
Shall I do that section again?
Just that section. I think the youth intervention bit's alright, so
yeah,
you've got all that,
fine.
put that on,
Yeah,
just the support and wellbeing.
Okay, and the second team that we established was our support and wellbeing team. Reason we wanted to put that together was provide casework, individual support to people who are suffering from mental health, the effects of homelessness, isolation, not able to cope with their tenancies and need some additional support. I think they've provided a really valuable way of making not only our homes safe and warm places to live in, but inclusive places. And I think the work of that team is added enormously to the range of offer and support that we give to our customers.
Fantastic. Cool. Then I just thought we should mention a few of the awards, because we've got a few nationals this year. When you actually look at it, we've done alright, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we've got the planning and placemaking. So in terms of national ones, planning and placemaking, the T-Pass for the ops team, Community Impact Award for Place at Platt Lane, and then the Women in Housing Best Female Apprentice for JM.
Okay, from all the work that we've done, it's hardly surprising, and I'm really grateful that we've been recognised for our work, and it's been a successful year in terms of awards. A few that come to mind. Ernley Close and Longsight picks up an award. Oh, I've forgotten what it is.
Planning and placemaking.
Planning and placemaking, let's start again. Planning and placemaking, National T-Pass, Community Impact Award, Place at Platt Lane. Okay. From all the things I've talked about, it's hardly surprising that we've gained some recognition for the work that we've done and some of the innovative things that we've done particularly. And I'm really gratified that we picked up a few national awards this year. First one was for Ernley Close and Longsight, the Passive House scheme which we've developed there, which has reduced massively energy bills for our residents. That won the Place and Placemaking.
Planning and placemaking.
It's going to be one of these. Planning and placemaking.
Tongue twister.
Yeah.
Planning and placemaking award. Right, okay.
Was there a natural break anywhere then?
Probably best go again.
Go again. I guess it's hardly surprising that, given that we've done a lot of innovative things this year, that we've got some recognition for it, which I'm delighted about. When people put in a lot of hard work and do things differently, it's nice to be recognised, and it's also better to be recognised nationally. And we've won 3 national awards this year, and which I'm really proud of. First one was for Ernley Close and Longsight, our Passive House scheme, which has saved enormously 90% of the energy costs for our residents. Won the National Planning and Placemaking Award for Ernley Close, so good work there. Second award we won was for the Tenant Participatory Advisory Service National Award for our Opportunities team, which reflects on the vast array of work that they do in that team and the contribution that they've made over the years, providing opportunities for our residents. And the third award was for JAM,
We've got 4 actually, because it's the community impact.
Right. Can we stop at the opportunities team? Can you
Yeah.
add there?
Yeah, it's alright to go from on the 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's place.
And then you might have to say, and actually we make it 4, because
Yeah.
an individual also got an award or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and a third award for the organisation was a project we mentioned before, was the National Community Impact Award, voted on by the public at large, run by the National Housing Federation, which was the place at Platt Lane, and I think that's a recognition of innovation about community-led projects. And the last but not least is an individual award, which was for Jayanne, one of our grounds maintenance worker, who won in the Women in Housing Award, National Housing Awards, the Apprentice of the Year, which I'm really proud that she won that, and she was a great credit to the organisation and is a great credit to her team and her colleagues.
Brilliant. And I thought that takes us nicely on then too, because she's moved into full-time work with us. We've got we can look forward to the future for this.
Okay.
There's 6 that we're taking on, but there's also Matt McPherson who was taken on earlier in the year, so it's 7, isn't it?
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah, okay. So you just want me to pick up Jayanne?
Just from Jayanne, yeah. So she moved.
As I mentioned, Jayanne is now gained full-time employment with us, but that's not only what we want to do for young people like Jayanne. We are recruiting 7 more new apprentices across the businesses who have joined us. Our plan over the next year with the government's apprenticeship levy is to work with colleagues across Greater Manchester to create more jobs and opportunities for young people who want to start careers with us, not only in grounds maintenance but in all aspects of the work that we do. And I think it's really important that we continue to support our apprenticeships and apprentices to make them successful and to grow their careers, and that's part of what we do.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. And then it's just that final link really, in terms of just reminding, we do that on top of everything else that we're doing, but sometimes we need to remind ourselves that we're making a difference.
And then it goes into the film, does it?
Yeah, then we'll go into just cutting loads of people just saying this has
Right.
changed my life,
Right, yeah.
that's done this.
Right, okay.
etc.
We do all this work and we still do the day job. You know, we still collect the rent, we still repair homes, we do all the things to make our houses safe, warm, clean, efficient, and that's what we do in the day job. But a lot of the work that we do has made a real difference to people's lives, and sometimes it's easy to forget the work that we do does make an enormous difference to people's lives. I'm not going to comment on what the difference is made. I'm going to leave it to those people who've experienced the work that you've led, the innovation that you've dealt with, the hard work you've put in, and just see what a difference it's made to them. And let's hear from them now.
Brilliant. I think that'll be fab.
Yeah, spot on.
Yeah, and then we just go boom, boom, boom. So we'll
Yeah.
send you the results. It's going to get moving because we've got the guitarist from the community suit